I'm just gonna leave it like that. Fuck it. What do y'all? Jackie New. Excuse me. I want to read a message for the current energies. We got Aries in the sun right now on the 12th degree, and the moon in Gemini. No, yeah, the moon in Gemini. No, Aries in the sun on the 13th degree, the moon on the 12th degree. Okay, so we're gonna first start pulling out of my astro deck per usual. I got it. I was hoping I didn't leave it. Yeah, we're gonna pull out our astro deck per usual. We just gonna get a message for the current energies and regarding life that anyone could be relatable to. Anyone that was to click on the link, this is the intention. Anyone that was to click on the video would be able to resonate with on some level that could actually either confirm some things or spark new ideas about whatever it is that they may need to know at the moment. All right, so we're gonna start first with the astro deck. Let me pull this up. So yeah, I got my bikes in the back. They're my kids' bikes, but I got my bike hitched on the trunk. So we're gonna bike ride. Hopefully, if I got enough time after I finish this, because I do got something else to do before. Anyway, got my business. So we're gonna pull a message for anyone that's in life that's part of this existence regarding the current energies and something that they can either resonate with, confirm for them, or even spark new information for those of y'all who just are entering the room. I'll pull three cards out the astro deck to start off with. I meant to look more into the transit chart. I will in a minute. I don't want that one. Bitch fell on the floor. And it's Libra on in the reverse. We don't want that. That was the last cycle. We on to a new one now, my baby. We on to a new one now, my baby. We don't want that one. All right. So what we got going? It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. I want to look at the transit chart to see what's aspecting what, but it might be relevant in a moment. I'm gonna pull this one. Pisces. We're gonna put it in the upright because I'm out of Pisces is dream world. And what we got Mercury and Pisces at the moment. So your communications in the way that you think, is that right? Mercury and Pisces and Mercury and Venus in Pisces at the moment. I got the cards upside down. Well, some anyway, it don't matter. Mercury and Pisces and Mercury and what the fuck I just said? And Venus and Pisces at the moment. So those are your love matters, things that you like to relate to. You may relate to people on a more deeper um perspective or more and understand them and be able to communicate things that's deep within your subconscious and pull those things out for your own self so that you may be able to resonate with your own actual life. What's up, my Misa? What it do, my fellow Gemini? Let me hurry up because I don't want this to take no more than 30 to 45 minutes. All right. 12th house. I'm gonna put this one to the side. I don't necessarily want that one because we already understand with the 12th house and how the 12th house and Pisces are already kind of related. So maybe depending on what's in your 12th house can be used as a tool to be able to help relate things a little bit more because the moon is in Gemini. This is Uranus. Hold on. Come out correctly and let me not be so biased. Well, Aries came out. We already know that. I ain't gonna be biased for real, for real, for real. The next time, the next card that come out, that's what we going with. All right. Because right now the moon is in Gemini. So you can relate, you can understand things on an emotional basis right now. Gemini came out. Okay, we're gonna go with it. And Aries did come out. And 12th house came out. But you can relate and understand things that's on emotional level that may don't even need to be communicated verbally at the moment, but may have a mental connection with others. And that mental came from that emotions, that spirit. So it's a lot of things that are going to be easy to maybe understand right now, even relate from an individual perspective, because the sun is an Aries, so your own individuality don't have to be relatable for somebody to get you type shit. We got Capricorn the boss, which is another number one. uh what's going on in Capricorn? Ain't nothing going on in Capricorn at the moment, but Saturn is also in Pisces. Hmm. Okay. So even if you are a Capricorn or operating out of your Capricorn energy, you might want to apply some spiritual intuition to you whatever you're trying to do, or consider something other than what's so fucking grounded, and consider things that you know that are possibilities but may not necessarily be in reality at the moment. These things need to be considered, or even exercised on, like even what's the word I'm looking for? Integrated in whatever it is that you're doing. What's up, Turbo? Now, after that, y'all know I love this numerology deck, but I do got a color deck. I got a whole lot of other decks, and I got to order some more, but we ain't finna go to that whole spiel right now. Um, 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 I'm gonna pull out. I should have bought some tarot. I'm gonna pull out. We're gonna pull out the Celestial Insight. We're gonna put the number deck back for a moment, and I'm also gonna pull out the Prism Oracle because that's. Now you know what I'm gonna pull out the. I'm gonna pull out this deck too in a minute. But let me start off with the Prism Oracle because this is gonna, and we're gonna do numbers as well. That's gonna cover the whole spectrum of logical and emotional. Hopefully, we're gonna see. All right. So, what is it pertaining to this current energy, or just the current cycle in general that a person can start? Because y'all know during Aries season, being that it's actually the true nature's real new part of the cycle or the year, things can be started on, worked upon, and actually completed, and become successful based on just the time that you started and you knowing these things. So, what are some informations that we need to know in order to help people on their way, or to give people a extra perspective? Because I'm a different individual than them, and I can give them a perspective that they may needed to hear, or may already knew and just needed to see it from a different angle, or whatever the fucking case is. So far, we got trust and death, and cleanse. Okay, bitch. Damn. Hold on. Trust, death, and cleanse. Trust, that's that true perspective. That gives me kind of like individuality. Well, I ain't gonna say that, because trust and truth is two different things. You got to trust somebody, um, and they can prove you wrong if you do, because they might not be standing in truth. Hold up. Let's pull it, and then we have death came, which is an ending. Death is correlated to Scorpio type shit. Death is correlated to like the ending of a cycle, and after death comes life again, and cleanse. So you may need to cleanse some of these old understandings, some of these old scenarios, people, situations, or even deep ideologies or deep dreams that you may have need to be cleansed so that they can actually become something that can manifest and that can materialize. But if it's covered and colored and heavily diluted, not diluted, what's the other word? Got too much extra shit that's not necessary, then whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, you won't even see the hope in it possibly, and you could do all the work that you want to do regarding what that dream is, but having cleansed certain aspects that's unbeknownst to you, correlated directly to what it is you're trying to manifest, and that shit still don't materialize. You be did all kind of hard ass work. So whatever you're trying to materialize in the physical, you need to also know that the internal space is going to affect whatever that is that you're trying to materialize. So make sure that you do some internal deeper work as well. Now let's pull out the number deck real quick. Pull out the number deck. We got numerology. This is also color coordinated, but this is more on a numer. Oh, I ain't even read the goddamn card. Hold up. Trust. Let's read trust first. Here it is right here. And let's look at the card too. In the center of the card is a heart. Around it is other circles. So this is a more internal thing. This more trusting has to do more with your heart than it does with your logic. You can have facts for facts and think that that's something that you can trust, but when it is actually played out in reality, it may not even play out anything like you logically expected, but it still is the truth based on um it having the same type of emotional construct or whatever, or emotional effect. or internal shift, whatever the fuck. Let's just read it. When this card comes up in a reading, it's a sign to start trusting yourself. We often seek advice from outside sources and people we trust. The reality, though, is that most of the time, down inside, you know what you need to do. Have the confidence to trust yourself and your own sense of self-governance. Ultimately, you can make your own decision. That's very appropriate for the sun being in motherfucking Aries and the moon being in Gemini at the moment. Then we got death. And by the way, trust is blue. This is not as logical, so and it's not as logical though. It's kind of dark because these are some deeper things that you need to be able to correlate from the internal and external to make it make complete perfect sense within your own psyche and heart type shit. Then we got the dark death card. Let's see. Where is it at? Back here in the black. Okay, here you go. Let me see what the card look like. The fuck the card is. Oh, here you go. And I almost lost it because it's so dark. It blended in with my dashboard and the rest of the cards. So death is something that you may be experiencing unbeknownst to you. It may be some scenarios that's dead that you not even realize that you need to, in your heart and mind, trust the fact that this shit over with. Like, so don't try to beat a dead horse and shit like that. So the death card is in a reading is not about literal death, but instead about a phase or cycle of your life that is dying out. Like the leaves falling from branches in the fall, this part of your life needs to die out to create space for new leaves to emerge in the spring. This can sometimes be difficult and it's only natural to mourn if you feel like you need to. Just know that a whole new phase of your life is getting ready to begin. So trust the fact that you don't need all of these outside things or all of these other components that you once thought that you needed. You don't necessarily need those, and if you do necessarily need them, they can be created from your own gumption and from your own self, and tailored just to what it is that you need to align with your internal morals and to align with what your external necessities are as well. But you're gonna have to trust that shit. Now we're gonna go to cleanse. This is all making sense. Cleanse is a more lighter energy because the card is a more bright blue, just like clean water. And water, because blue gives sky, it also gives water though. So it depends on what perspective that you're looking at it from. Are you looking at it from an internal perspective or an external perspective? Right now, we're doing that internal spark. Gemini is also an individual energy as well, like Aries is. Do what I asked you to do. You heard what the fuck, bitch? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to me. Hold on. Let me make sure you weren't before I give you grace. Okay, you weren't talking to me. My bad. I was finna say something fucked up. But who made the hat? I bought it at the store. At the hair store. And you can order them online too. I think Temu, TikTok shop. I gotta figure out how to do that. That's what I'm gonna do after I leave this part, if I got enough time. Anyway, get out my business. So cleanse. My bad, Turbo, because I was finna. What you mean you was talking? I thought you was talking to me when you said do what I asked you to do. Then you asked me to do nothing. But anyway, but I know you probably was talking about whatever I was just talking about, and I forgot what I was just saying. Anyway, cleansing is a beautiful way. Remember, this must be relating to the internal because we got the circle right here. Okay, and we got the waves in the middle. Water is internal emotions, so those things need to be cleansed so that when you externalize these things or put certain things out into the world that you're trying to materialize or build upon, you won't have any extra bullshit attached to what you're doing, your space that you're in, that will cause other random occurrences to happen based on where you're at and where you're in. And those random occurrences could be good or bad. Those random occurrences could be negative, like death, or they could be something that actually adds on to the miraculousness of you creating from your internal and materializing that in the external. But all these things will be correlated. That's not the word I'm looking for. All these things need to be organized though, and it starts from the internal. So cleansing is a beautiful way to show love and appreciation for yourself. You can even do things on the external to clean, and that'll help you have a more clear space mentally, and that could help guide your emotions a little bit better, your emotional space. And then your emotions can nurture on your whatever it is that you're thinking, like an internal security blanket, something that's giving you more confidence based on that you got your shit together on the inside, and now you're going to work on something externally to you, and it's gonna play out even more smoother, just because you don't have all these extra nagging thoughts or extra emotional hurts that you don't even, and sometimes you can't even decipher what those emotional things you're feeling, and they just become like a nagging ass energy, and your thoughts may end up trying to make it be something that ain't even what it was fucking about. So that's the reason why cleansing is very important, so that you can even organize how your mind works. Okay, so, and wait a minute. Appreciation for yourself and your belongings. Oh, this cleansing. Let me start off. Cleansing is a beautiful way to show love and appreciation for yourself, your belongings, and your space. It's wiping away the dust and grime to reveal the shine underneath, bringing a sense of calm, ease, and clarity. When this card comes up, ask yourself, what could use a little extra cleansing? How can you give yourself or your space a little extra love? Yeah, clean on the external, and then that's gonna make you by default have more time and energy to clean your internal. You better see things. And as you're cleaning, that's a meditative thing in general. You might start coming across old memories and working through those things as you're cleaning. These are like rituals and spells if you do it with these things on your mind, especially. Even if you don't have these things on your mind, you're still performing rituals and spells every moment of the day, all day long. You might well be tapped into what the hell you're doing. Anyway, let me go on, hurry up. Might as well be, might as well be tapped into what you got going on a more deeper level, with Pisces being in the moon right now. I mean, with Pisces being in Venus and Mercury. And the Aries sun is allowing you extra insight on how these things directly affect your originality or your individuality or your space, just in general, on a you perspective though. Then Gemini, you're gonna have these original thoughts, and knowing where these things came from its original space, because you're the one created it. These energies right now gonna help you to do this shit right here. So stay on, keep up. That's the word. I ain't gonna say, just stay in the loop, energetically speaking, or spiritually speaking, or whatever the fuck, however you want to look at it. Hold on, y'all. Somebody okay, they stopped calling. Now we got number 6. This is an incongruent 6 energy. 6 gives like low-key perfection, but perfection is not even a thing. Perfection is just you being what it is that you is in a moment. So this is a perfect it's not opposition. I think this is inhibited. Hold on, we're gonna see where we're going with it. Because 6 also gives sex, something that's conjoined, but in this perspective of the 6, these things are trying to come together, and they just not fucking with each other for real. Even though they are in the same fucking space, they still like, bitch, get your ass back. Probably because all people are experiencing new energies, wanting to be in a new space, and some things die. Things have to die. This is a number 1. I'm not sure if this is the right perspective of 1 or not. We're gonna see. It's purple though. That's like throat chakra shit. And throat chakra, is that throat chakra? Yeah, that's throat chakra shit. Throat chakra comes from your truth. Comes from what it is that you know that is already true. Why the fuck? Okay, let me not be biased. This is the number 3. It's incongruent though. So your Gemini. Well, hold on. Let me not be biased. Let's put these things into perspective. Hold on. So we got 2 androgynous energies. 3 androgynous mean these things are changeable. These things don't have to stay like they are. You can kind of maneuver and shape shift these energies if you're tapped into what's going on in the moment and have done some cleaning up from your previous experiences, or in your mind or in your emotions, how you're looking at things. Start with cleaning your actual setup, spring cleaning type shit. But let me look in the book real quick. We got number 6. All right, number 6, that's an inhibition. Inhibition. And the 2 triangles moving in opposite directions, the forces of unity is impossible. Like I just said, needing to allow death to take place, even with you being in the same space as other individuals. You can still have to be in a same space, but still understand the emotional connection that you were agreeing to. We ain't doing that no more. Even if you ain't got to tell them, just play that shit out, act it out, and it's coming from it'll be coming from a warranted space if you know that this is just what has to happen. Because if I am to grow, I have to change sometimes. And if the individuals or the scenarios and situations around me are not as well growing, so that they can be more congruent with where I'm intending on going, then I got to let these things die. And when you let things die from an emotional aspect, eventually physically they fall off. So even if you're in a situation where you actually have to be in the same space as these individuals, eventually if you keep what I'm talking about as far as your heart distant from things that's not a part of your pattern that you're creating, but also keeping it cool with them too if it's another individual. Even if it ain't another individual, accepting it from a space of like love. Because we had the other card that had that heart in the middle. Where is that? What we had? What we had? Let's see. Ugh. And then Venus is also in. I mean, Pisces is also in Venus right now too. Hold on. We had what that was. Had the heart in the middle. Trust. Yeah. If you trust the fact that you ain't doing this from no negative, your intentions ain't fucked up. It's really you making sure that you maintain what's right for you in your heart. Then things will fall off and you will be less scathed than you being low down or doing things from a fucked up intention, whether or not this shit needs to happen or not, but your intentions and not knowing how to go about things from an internal space and is going to cause you to be chaotic in the external as well. So if you're able to like put things into order, you'll be able to disconnect this ugly ass joining that you're having to be privy to or you having to deal with. It'll fall into place and you'll even have some type of peace when you're having to be in the middle of the experience. Hold up, what other card went? Wait a minute, I got two. What the other card was, y'all? Here you go. One. It was one. Hold up. All right. So number one was next. Let me spread these out. Okay, let me see what you say. Who made this? I don't know what the bitch talking about, but you can stay. Go ahead, run it up. Okay, so the next one is one. Exaggerated. This is an egotistical type shit. Probably the person in the chat may even be exhibiting this energy. Let's see. So exaggerated. The one in the circle, in the red circle of the center, it draws our energy and attention on itself. Egocentrically, it sits in the center of the circle. So for an example, the individual in the chat, he's trying to draw attention that has nothing to do with nothing that was going on in the moment. Missing the point. Thus missing the point and then thus not being able to correctly organize your shit. You can clean up all day, but if you don't organize that shit, you might just sweep all that bullshit up under the goddamn bed, and that's not actually like the type of cleaning that actually needs to be done. Things need to be organized, looked through, sorted through, listened to, understood, taken into consideration, especially if you find yourself in a space like this individual finds themselves in this room right here, not knowing that may be a synchronicity to some shit that you need to understand. But if you don't tap into that higher mentality or into that deeper aspect of who you are and how life is but a dream just in general, you'll miss the motherfucking point. And that can play out in actual reality too, maybe in different situations like these things that's needing to have depth or needing to end, not really knowing your actual perspective or not knowing your actual position, thus not knowing how to play it out with grace. That's going to cause you to act out egocentrically, and people going to be looking at you like you the one that's fucked up when actually both y'all fucked up, and you could have handled it with more grace. And people look at you like you are somebody to have as an example on how to handle certain situations, or just so that you can break certain ties with each other without burning bridges, type shit. But if you're egocentrical and not really paying attention to what the actual point is, because you don't fucking know, because you're not paying attention to your life and you're not like peeping game on how things could actually relate to some shit that's deep about your actual reality, then you gonna fucking miss the point, you little bitch. I'm sorry. Okay, number three. Number three. This is this is probably why we got these bullshit ass cards too. Let me not say that because I didn't pay them no attention. So it's still relevant because I ain't paid them motherfuckers no attention as I was pulling. I really didn't. So because a lot of times when I be paying attention to whatever I'm paying attention to and I'm pulling at the same time, I'm gonna pull energies that's gonna be correlated and related to whatever that energy was that was distracting me. But I really wasn't paying attention to the person that checked. So this, even though they probably assisted me in the energies falling out, but this is still relevant. So let me say that. So we got it inhibited community or inhibited number three, inhibited awareness. So and three gives Gemini is in the moon at the moment. So not even being able to emotionally connect to yourself. And when I say that, it's like, okay, say you watch a movie that's the theme of it has a lot to do with your actual life, for an example. But you're so decentralized within yourself, you missed all points, all the wisdom in that movie, and just may don't even pay attention to it to even think it's a good movie. But you may realize it's a good movie, but don't even see the direct correlation because your emotions are detached, and you have to have some type of discernment and intuition to be tapped into what the fuck I'm talking about, or either to not be inhibited in your what you're relating to type shit. And whatever you're related to is inhibited. So however you're thinking about things, however you're processing your experience around you, you're not processing it in its full capacity. The number 3 in the image of inhibition lacks the mental willpower, don't have mental willpower to take in consideration to actually think deeply on certain things. And this is the time and space to think deeply on certain things. Mercury is in Pisces at the moment, and the moon is in Gemini. But if y'all don't know nothing about astrology, you ain't finna get what I'm saying. I don't feel like breaking it down, bitch. You need to understand for yourself. So, and that goes back to the energy that we're currently in. If you don't get it, oh well, bitch, go do some internal work, go do some organization, actually do these rituals and spells for yourself, and then maybe you'll be in a space to where certain things that you're needing, that when you be in your own time at home going to sleep by yourself in your own mind, that you be telling yourself, damn, I wish I had this, I need this, I wish I could understand this, you'll be able to work on these things in the way that I'm saying. But let me read it and we can look at it. We got a number 3. So this number 3 to create it 5, you got 5 pieces. You got the logic or the understanding up here, but then your emotions are so distorted. You're not even in a space that you need to be in for this masculine energy. Well, I ain't really masculine, but for this womb right here to be attracted to what you're trying to relate to. But let me not go in on the energy that's in the motherfucking chat. So the 3 in the image of inhibition lacks the mental willpower, inactive and blocked in expression. Your actual expression, it's a bad time for your expression to be blocked with the sun being in Aries at the moment. Your actual expression is inactive. And the 3 stands upturn. So what you think is true is actually false. Everything that you probably say out your mouth is not correct. It's probably the polar opposite. And all you need to have is common sense to look at it from the opposite perspective. But if you're so trapped into it backwards, you'll be there for a minute until you come to your own conclusion. But let's move on. Let's move on. Let me see what the bitch say. I ain't saying nothing else. And I'm gonna get ready to dip because I need to do what I need to do. Let me see. What should I pull? What should I pull? I'm gonna pull Celestial Insight. So, do we want to get personal? If I want to get personal, I'll pull a tarot card because it is some personal energy going on right now. Do we want to get direct and personal? And I only have one tarot deck, and I'm not really as well versed in tarot as I used to be since I don't really watch it no more. I'm gonna pull both Celestial Insight and this tarot deck. Now, with this tarot deck, I don't have a book, and even these cards are in they're designed in a way for you not to actually fully correlate them to the traditional tarot the traditional tarot archetypes. So I'm gonna do my best to interpret it whatever the fuck I get. Okay, because I don't got no extra device right now for me to look them up on the phone. I do, but I don't have no access to the internet right now. You stay hitting on good points. Thank you, Misa. At least some motherfucking body listening. All right. Okay, so we got the 7 of Scrolls, intricacies and industry. 7 of Scrolls. Scrolls. I think Scrolls gives, it's green though. 7 of Scrolls, we know just the general 7 is that new world type energy or having to do something alone. So it's like intricacies and I don't have a book, so I'm just reading off my own mindset. So this is giving like you having to actually figure certain things out all alone and have your own way of doing whatever it is you're doing. Even if other people are already doing it, they like how you would come up with a math problem in a random ass way that they don't teach you in school. This is you having your own individual idea on how to maybe actually formulate something or how to build on something, because he's building right now, and you can do it alone. And with the number 7 also correlating to astrology, that is Libra energy. But remember, we just had Libra in the South Node, so keep in mind that that Libra energy had to transform to where you're able to move alone and also relate to others at the same time. I guess you would say that, but I'm gonna say that because we also it's a let me leave that out. Okay, because it's like-minded energies, even though that's more. But we got Aquarian energies going on because where my phone at? Anyway, don't worry about it. Intricacies and industry. Intricacies gives me like the intricate details of something, right? Virgo is in the South Node at the moment. Virgo is a mutable energy. Mutable likes to join with other energies and shit, but this is more you having to do that shit by yourself. A whole lot of these mutable energies are having to be transformed at the moment into something that they can also have within themselves. They can be able to work with their own energy so that they won't have to necessarily have anything or any external influences around them to get the job done. You can do these things on your own. All right, next. The King of Scrolls. You being a boss at what it is that you're constructing, because we already had intricacies and industry. That's giving me earth energy. Yeah, that's giving more of a physical energy. So the King of Scrolls will be able to be well grounded within themselves, whether that's financially or whether that's just like grounded in your own energies. And because in intricacies in industry, that's like the things that you work or build in the actual external world. So the King of Scrolls giving me that boss energy after you, because see, like I said, this is Aries season. It's a good time to start some shit. And if you actually work on these things and do it your way and don't necessarily worry about no extra help, even though you can always get extra help, that's how those random occurrences happen if you're in the right type of cycle. If you're like really, if you're like flowing and swimming through these energies correctly, those random occurrences won't be bullshit. There'll be some things that actually help you. And then that's you being able to integrate that mutable energy and that Libran energy to where you don't have to be the pick me type individual for anybody to actually see you or help you or assist you or whatever. Then let's see what the next one is. The Lookout. I forgot to read the numbers. Oh, these don't have numbers other than 7 scroll. This is 17 equaling up to 8, the Lookout. This is, to me, being that, hey, so number 1, that's the individual being able to be in a whole brand new world. Only way you're gonna be able to relate as an individual to something that's all around you that you never experienced before is going off of your own previous experiences. Number 8 is that cyclic energy that never ends and never changes. I mean, it changes, but this is something, this steady flow is something that is always is. So if you can be the lookout and understand what you have experienced, how you got to where you at based on what you have experienced, you'll be able to look out for similar energies that you may not be fully understanding at the moment, but by them having that same rhythm or having certain components that's similar to what you've already experienced, you can have some type of intuition that's going to be able to guide you through these things. You see how he is at the top of the ship and it's a fire below? He escaped the goddamn fire. You feel me? So it ain't like he was at the bottom of the ship when the shit started burning. And by him looking out, he'll be able to find what it is that he needs in order to rescue himself. And he's alone. Keep that in mind as well. All right. One more deck we're gonna pull real quick, and I'm going to leave. Last one is Celestial Insight. Ooh. Strength I almost got away, but I caught Aries is a strong energy, being that it's a fire sign. They're very strong when it comes to who they are. You know, I wouldn't say that they're like stubborn, but at the same time, they are determined to express what it is that they want to express. So strength, that's something that anything that you feel that you may need that can be like a one of those not waning energies, but one of those fleeting energies. If you can peep it, you can grab it right now and see it for what it is, whether it continues to fade away or not. It wasn't for you if it fades away, but at least you got some type of wisdom or experience out of it. All right. Come on, man, because I got to go. All right, what that was. This kind of looks like the colors that I got on right now anyway, but all but white. Then this is strength. So strength had it was determined to come out. You feel me? You are stronger than you realize. Though the times may be tough, remember that you have the courage and resilience to get through it. Your inner strength will help you overcome all obstacles. You can always grab onto these energies right now. Aries is their first perspective. Aries don't ask no questions. Aries just figure it is what it is. They don't even figure. In this mind, they know that what I got going on is just what it is at the moment, and it is the truth. So if you decide to what's the word? If you're trying to build on your inner self and there's certain components that you may not necessarily have that you wish that you did have, declare that you got them and act like it. Just act like it. That's the energy that we got going on right now. If you want to be strong or if you're in a tough situation, remember that you are strong. And then whatever you're going through won't even feel that tough because you're strong enough to handle it. And that's the mental switching or changing of the brain waves or reconstructing what's the word? How they say it? Rewiring the brain. You can do that. And Aries rules the head. Allure, cherish. Allure, cherish. I don't know what to put that mean. Cherish the beauty that attracts you. Okay, that's another Aries type shit. If you're in your individuality and you understand your originality and like where you came from and what got you here, and you're like comes to those type of things, you'll know what's attractive to you. Sometimes you may don't even know what's attractive to you. That's because you have no real sense of individuality. You don't know who you are fully. But if you know who you are, you know what's for you and what is not attractive to you. I've been in that space before where I didn't truly know who I was, and I allowed other things to be attracted to me, or I was attracted to them just based off of everybody else want to fuck with it. But once I realized that I'm me and I ain't like them, then it don't matter what they're attracted to. If I like it, whether they like it or not. And it will be alluring to you. And then on top of that, when you dress up with it, or when you use it, or when you have it and externalize whatever that is, that's going to be alluring just based off of it coming from an original space. It's coming from some truth type shit. This energy that we just pulled earlier. Okay. Okay. Good message so far. We got trust and observe at the bottom, but we ain't gonna read that. One more card and I'm finna go. Finna go. Yeah, I might want to rewind. It's a good message though. This is the last deck that I'm pulling out of. I'm already pulled out of what? Three decks? No, 4 decks. All right. This one fell on the floor. Cupid. Deep challenge. I'll read it. Challenges in love are testing you. Are you facing difficulties in relationships? Don't shy away. Facing these challenges head on will strengthen your bond. Let's not forget, we got Venus and Pisces at the moment. And we also got Aries in the sun right now. So we got a lot of detaching energies and we also got a lot of connecting energies. But going back to that allure cherish energy, if your love life or your relationships are testing you at the moment, and they regarding these previous energies that we had with third house, Gemini being in the third house, and these relationships not wanting to come together, they're like actually resisting each other even though they are in the same space. Remember to honor who you are and what it is that you want and what's good for you and what ain't. Actually honor that shit so that when you do have you do find others that relate to you, it'll be more in a sensible manner. It'll be more in something that's more genuine, not even genuine, of course, but something that's more tailored for the energies that you are supposed to be exhibiting and what you're supposed to be building off of in this life. You can't be with an individual that ain't even growing. Let's not even count the fact that they might not be in the same space as you. Just the fact that they're not growing is nothing to attach to if you're continually X marked out in their solar plexus. So this gives me that it could be individuals that's trying to connect to shit that's not for you, and it could be a lack of not knowing who the fuck you are, type shit. So you is gonna be a Cupid deep. You're gonna be going through Cupid deep challenges all the time, based on you, always attracting what's not for you, and attracting what's not for you because your individuality is what it was inhibited. Damn, my phone about to die. Your individuality being inhibited What's this inhibited? I ain't finna pull the book out, but anyway, y'all get what the hell I'm saying. And I got to go. My phone finna die. Fuck with ya. I fuck with ya. I fuck with ya. Finna dip though. I just want to jump on real quick. Cause oh, I do got my never mind. I finna say I do got my go live share link in, but I'm finna go though, cause it's getting later and later and later. Let me see what time it is. Yeah, it's 12:06. I fuck with y'all. I'll see y'all later. Bye, Misa.